Get Chrissy Crew. I know you guys probably guessing what I'm finna do now. What she finna make now? What is she finna make now? Well, kind of look at the ingredients. Sorry, I'm trying to get this gimbal. Sorry about that. We are about to make homemade peanut butter cups. And these are very few ingredients are needed for these. I got my silicone muffin container. It's not a pan, but it's a muffin mold, and 12 baking cups. We got our peanut butter, and here go. I know y'all remember this from the last time, the Toll House chocolate chips. We got our milk chocolate and our semi-sweet chocolate. And we have also to the right powdered sugar, and we got some sea salt, and then we got some things that's going to help us to put it all together. So walk me through it. I'm going to walk y'all through it. Real simple. Come to find out that you use equal parts peanut butter and the powdered sugar. So we're going to start off with that. Let's see. I'm going to put this, I'm going to use this as a measure. So this is a 1/4 cup. So we're going to put 1/4 in here. So that's 1/4 cup peanut butter. We're going to put a total of, I'll probably end up using a total of, I'll probably do a total of 3 of these. 3 of these. Uh-oh. I thought I had the camera on it. Okay, this is the the second rather. That's 1/4, this 2/4. And I think we're gonna do 3/4. I don't think we're gonna do a whole cup. Three, 4. Kind of messy, boy. This is my first time making these. I'm gonna put that in there. Now some people have, cause you know it has like a gritty consistency in the real Reeses. So some people have been putting graham crackers in it, but I'm not going to do that. Besides the fact I don't have any graham crackers. Oh, I should have brought me a let's see. We're gonna have to melt this chocolate too. I think you put mostly. This is the milk chocolate here. Got mostly the milk. I got milk chocolate. And then this is the semi-sweet. We're going to measure the powdered sugar. I think I need to get a bigger bowl so I can stir that around. And we're going to melt this. But let's get our powdered sugar together. So we're going to do roughly about 3/4 cup of the powdered sugar. And we're going to put a little bit of salt in it to balance things out. This is gonna be so fun, y'all. Homemade candy. These are my favorite. Peanut butter cups have been my guilty pleasure for years. I love, love, love peanut butter cups. And this is exciting to know that I can make my own at home and I can have them anytime I want. Use Jif peanut butter. Really don't matter what kind of peanut butter you use. Measuring out 3/4 cup. It's supposed to be equal parts of the peanut butter and the powdered sugar. We're gonna put a smidgen of salt in it for balance. Oh, I measured right at 3/4 cup too. There go our peanut butter. And this our 3/4 cup powdered sugar. And then we're gonna put a little smidgen of this salt in it. Just a little bit. Just to measure that out. And we're gonna stir this up with the spatula. Get down, get down. Okay, I'm finna get ready to, I'm gonna put like a tablespoon of butter in here just to make it more workable. And then I just poured all the chocolate chips between the milk chocolate and the chocolate chunk, semi-sweet. I put that in here and I'm gonna melt all of that. I'm just gonna microwave it at 30 seconds at a time and just keep stirring it until it's all the way combined. All right, I got my tablespoon of butter and we got that chocolate melting in there. And I'm gonna stir this up and see how the consistency of this going. Just helping it to stir better. Yeah, this is much better. Just a little tablespoon, as you want it to pretty much keep its thickness. Yeah, that's about the consistency we want. Yeah, that's about the consistency we want. And I'm gonna check and stir that chocolate in there. And see, once we get the peanut butter how we want, and I'm gonna roll this peanut butter out on parchment paper. And we're gonna, I got this so I can cut little holes that's not holes but cut little circles that would be about the size of the size we need. Get down, get down. Hey, Chrissy Crew, my phone about to go out, y'all. I had to go through a lot of trouble to melt this chocolate. I'm not used to melting chocolate in the microwave. Y'all don't even want to know what all I had to do to melt this chocolate.
Well, he don't like being in that
I'm gonna do the double boiling method next time.
So I got my parchment paper down, and I did my peanut butter mixture. I'm getting it out the bowl.
I'm gonna put it on this parchment paper.
I've melted the chocolate the best way I could. I kept on. I put a little butter in it and mixed it in, but I think I overcooked that chocolate. That's a combination of the milk chocolate chip and the semi-sweet chunks. But I've rolled this peanut butter powdered sugar combination in a ball. And I'm about to roll it out. And I'm taking the top of a medicine bottle. And I'm doing my, and I'm just kind of putting some powdered sugar on the roller pin so it won't stick. I'm gonna roll this out. And I'm rolling this out so I can make my little circle peanut butter pats. So I can put my cat up in the middle of the peanut butter cup. And be messing with stuff. And I'm rolling that out. It turned out pretty good. And I think I'm like rolling it out to be like a half an inch or a quarter of an inch thick. Roll it out. So I can make some circles to put out. And I got this to put in between the two chocolate layers for us to make our peanut butter cups. Round circle. And so you see I have the medicine top. And I'm just kind of just cutting the circles out and putting them to the side. Woo. Problem is just don't I think I made like I ended up making like 9 of them. I put the rest of it up later on in a Ziploc bag, so that way you'll have the hard part out the way. All you have to do is just melt the chocolate. Come out. But you'll see later on in this video that where I actually did a small batch of another small batch of chocolate, and I ended up doing the double boiler method, and the double boiler method works much better, y'all. So word to the wise, boil you some water and get you another pot to put your chocolate chips in and stir it as that boiling water is heating up that pot that you got over it, and it will melt your chocolate a lot better. And you won't even have to add nothing extra to it or anything. Just doing the double boiling method is the best way. But see, cooking is trial and error. Put this in the freezer. So we learn as we go along. A couple of hours. But I like the way I did this. To me, this is easy doing it like this, rolling it out on the parchment paper, and just cutting the circles out. That's about the same. That's about the size of the peanut butter cup. It's about the same size as the it's the same size as the chocolate. So you're going to have chocolate below it and chocolate above it. And then you put it in that freezer for about an hour or so. You really don't have to put it in there long. Probably a half an hour probably would be good enough. Especially if your freezer real cold like mine. Get our silicone. So we got our silicone. You don't have to use silicone. You can use a regular muffin. This is just the only size muffin pan. Muffin mold that I had. I don't have a regular muffin pan, so I had to use this. It's just a bummer that because it's silicone, the cups won't stay down in there unless you weigh them down with something. So they kept on popping up. I couldn't just put them down in there and just have them wait. They just was like floating above the silicone mold. They would just keep popping out. So I got my chocolate here, and I'm putting the first few cups here, spoon, and just starting the chocolate at the bottom. This spoon full of peanut butter. I'm getting me a spoon so that I can just dip that out to line those bottoms of those muffin that muffin cup paper, and see those flutes that's around that muffin cup paper is how we get that iconic ridges around our peanut butter cups. Make sure that you spread that chocolate from end to end so that it can go up against, and you really supposed to like pull it up some too, like put the chocolate up some. I don't think I did that. It was so early in the morning. It was real late at night or early in the morning. And then I'm putting the peanut butter circles. You see it's perfect going in between there. The perfect size. And see, really, I could have scooted some more chocolate up so that it can be deeper. But kind of when you push that peanut butter pad down, it kind of automatically makes the chocolate go up along those ridges. It pushes it right back out. So I am preparing other molds for the pouring of the chocolate. And we just
Cover it up
wash,
with
rinse,
chocolate.
repeat all around. These were fun to make. It's easy. It's just the little hiccup with the chocolate. But once you figure out how to do that chocolate, melt that chocolate right, it's easy. I do want to try it with the peanut butter filling, with putting some crushed. They have processed in a food processor, or so it can be real fine. The graham cracker crust, so they can have that consistency that real peanut butter cups, the Reese's real peanut butter cups have. But I found these to be, they tasted good to me. Probably a little bit smoother than you're used to, but that flavor was still the same, and that's all that really matters. Is it does it taste the same as the inside of the peanut butter cup? But I was very disappointed in this chocolate. Very disappointed.
I'm getting some in
But I'm gonna melt
in
some
the,
more a little bit later. And like I said, by doing that double boil method, it worked out a lot better.
Yeah, do the double boiling method, because this method does
And it's not hard to do the double boil
me.
method. It's just boiling
This
water,
chocolate's not looking the
and
way
then
it's
getting you an empty pot and just working with it ever, just stirring it around. But don't start. Don't melt it all the way above there. Just kind of let it get most of the way melted, and then just stir it. And then just stir it.
I think I got some more chips in there, but I'm gonna do the double boiling method on that.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna lose, win, or draw. I'm gonna show you guys how it turned out.
Mold board, making all kind of different desserts.
All right, cooking with Chrissy and the Lou.
And it just feels good because you take your power back when you make things from scratch. Because you don't know what they putting over in this food, all these chemicals and everything.
It is morning. I made those pretty late.
And there you have it. I had put that in the freezer for
I'm trying to see
a couple of hours. I mean, overnight.
These are my last ones that I made. These are with the semi sweet chocolate at the end. But these up here, these are the ones with these 4 and that one over there. No, all these 6. Yeah, all these 6 are the ones at the top and bottom of these. This is a combination of the milk chocolate and the semi-sweet. But I think what happened to this chocolate got burnt. And at the bottom of these is the mixture of the semi-chocolate and the sweet. And then I put melted some of just the semi-sweet at the top to close these up. Because I had found another bag of chocolate that I had left over from when I made chocolate chip cookies in there. But I got a lot of peanut butter, sweet peanut butter filling left. And I just put that in a Ziploc bag and put that in the refrigerator. So when I want to make this next time. But word to the wise, know what you're doing if you melt that chocolate in the microwave, y'all. I'm going to tell you that now. Because I believe I burnt this chocolate. I wouldn't be surprised if this didn't taste good, to be honest. But we're going to take one of these out. And okay. Yeah, because that's why it looked dark like that. It shouldn't even look dark like that. I mean, I tried some of everything to melt that chocolate. I sat up there and put a little peanut butter in. I put even a little butter in it. But I think I was overcooking it. They said you can't let it cook all the way. But the lady that I saw melted, she had put a little peanut butter in there along with it, and they were mostly melted. And then it's like the heat from the peanut butter was helping melt the rest of it. It's like a little trick of sorts you had to do to try to get the rest of the chocolate to melt. These are silicone molds. And these are the ones that should taste the best right here. These are my first time making these, so don't laugh at me, y'all. I want to unveil one of these. I'm going to do one of these ones that I think are bad. This is my very first one right here. So hold on. Let me unveil that. All right. So there goes. Got the little cup lining
And you can tell how, it's uneven. So I'm trying to make sure it's even, the chocolate you put in and everything. But if you can't, it's something they say about that. So I'm gonna undo this. We're gonna see how it tastes, but I'm not too optimistic about it. Not too optimistic about it. I'm really into it. No. Not too bad. Really good. Not bad though. You can tell it's a little bit overcooked. I'm satisfied with the creaminess in the middle. I mean the texture in the middle. I don't know why people feel the need to want to put graham crackers in. In my opinion, it's sour inside. If I'm gonna finish eating that, not bad. And I feel like I overcooked that chocolate. Now these are the ones that are just with the semi-sweet. These are the last ones I made. Now I'm gonna tell you how I melted this chocolate. I melted this chocolate the proper way. I did the double boiler method. I took a pot of water and I heated it to boiling. I wait till it got to boiling, and I actually put a cake pan on top of it, and I put the remaining chocolate that I found in the refrigerator, and I just took a spatula and just started just moving it around, and I waited till it was mostly melted, and I took it off the double boiler and just stirred it, and I put it in another bowl so I could take a spoon and dip it, kind of dip it. So we're gonna see how this tastes. This shouldn't taste burnt because I did the double boiler method on this one. If you can do that double boiler method, it be real smooth and it melts real fast. Just my opinion, y'all. Just my opinion. And these kind of rough and uneven because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. And it was real late last night, y'all. My little rough peanut butter cup. My rough peanut butter cup, they ain't pretty. Don't laugh at it, y'all. They rough. Rough McGruff. I promise I'm going to do better next time. And so we're going to taste this. Okay. That's good. That's good. But this one tastes better than the other one until I overcooked it. Well, not bad. Not bad. And I put a little bit of butter in there. I didn't just put the powdered sugar and the peanut butter. I put like a tablespoon of butter so I could work that peanut butter filling stuff in better. And then I rolled it out on parchment paper with a rolling pin. And then I took a top of a medicine cap and cut the little peanut butter um, circles, and then place it on top of my chocolate. But you want to spread it evenly, and yeah, that was the perfect way to measure out that. Cause some people say put it in a ball, but I like that method because it's not supposed to be a whole lot of peanut butter or whatever, And yeah, turned out good. I will be making these again.
Kind of rough, but and then I got me a container and put them in. I think by these being made, because these don't have no kind of preservatives and stuff like that to keep them, probably to keep them in shape. Probably best that you store them in the refrigerator. So find you a container. Find you a container to put them in. And just store them in the refrigerator. And I think that's a real pretty presentation. Look like the specialty made, which is homemade. I'm gonna eat the first two, and the rest of these I'm gonna put up in the refrigerator, and that way they won't melt as fast and stuff. If I can feel these kind of melting. Yep, that's my last one I made. And this is my first one I made. Kind of rough, but it tastes pretty good. I'm proud of myself. Homemade peanut butter cups, cooking with Chrissy and Lou. You know what it do. Ciao.